As-salamu Aleikum and welcome back to deenandchai, casual space to talk about deen over a cup of chai, coffee, anything you'd like. Today's just going to be a casual video, just getting organized, so hopefully it motivates you inshallah as well to get organized, tidy up, and get things together inshallah. So I'm going to take you through that as well as talk about some deen related things in the midst inshallah. I actually wanted to start off sharing this hadith which I thought was really interesting. It's kind of like a riddle, or at least the Prophet ﷺ presented it like a riddle, and I thought it would be fun to share this riddle and see if you can figure it out. So the hadith starts off, narrated Ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, amongst the trees there is a tree, the leaves of which do not fall, and is like a Muslim. Tell me the name of that tree. So I'll pause the hadith here. By the way, this is from Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 1. I'll add a link in case anyone's interested in checking this out. So I'll stop the hadith here. I won't continue the hadith because I don't want to give the answer. But basically, this is what the Prophet ﷺ said. So he asked this question. It's kind of like a riddle, and he asked the people, the companions that were sitting around him, to see what their answer would be. And I thought that this was really interesting and a really fun way to present knowledge. So I'm going to stop the hadith here and let you think about what you think this tree is. So imagine you're hearing this hadith from the Prophet ﷺ and you're hearing him say, tell me the name of that tree. Now, you figure it out, and then later on in the video, I'll give the answer and the rest of the hadith, inshallah. So I'm just going to make a coffee and get started with organizing.
شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق أحب الله عن أدب وصدق ولا أرضى سوى التقوى خلاق شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق أحب الله عن أدب وصدق ولا.
I'm just starting off with clearing out things from the place, sweeping, mopping, all of that, and then I'll organize everything and put it back in an organized way. I have different things for different projects that I've been wanting to make, so different like art supplies and DIY things for different things that I wanted to create, so I don't know if I'll create something today. I have a bunch of these random frames, and the reasoning was I got these different frames because I wanted to do artwork in them that was like different du'as and things so that I could put them in different spots. So maybe I'll do one of these today and put it here, something related to knowledge, or a du'a like Rabbi zidni ilma maybe, or Allah increase me in knowledge, and just have it here so that anytime that I pull a book off the shelf, it just reminds me, inshallah, to make dua. So that's a useful way if you want to increase dua or dhikr or things, to have things around that kind of help you increase your dua and dhikr, inshallah. So maybe I'll do one of these today for the bookshelf.
إذا ما عشت لا أنسى إلهي به أسمو من الأخرى المراقي يعز علي ترك الحب عندي ولو بلغت بي الروح التراقي تركت جميع خلق الله دوني شغلت عن الخلائق باشتياقي.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do something that goes in this frame thing, like a dua. I'm thinking of Rabbi Zidni Ilma, I think I mentioned it before. And I'm trying to look at like aesthetic kind of style photos to get ideas. Something like this with these colors, subtle. And then I'll write on top of it like Rabbi Zidni Ilma. So we'll see. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm not an artist, so we'll see.
شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق. شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق. أحب الله عن أدب وصدق ولا أرضى سوى التقوى خلاقي. وشوقي قد مزجت به رجائي على خوف فمن خوفي مذاقي.
Let's see what it looks like. I'm such an amateur. I think I'm done.
ومن عرف المحبة عن يقين حرام أن يميل إلى فراقي.
Okay, that's the final look. So I've got Sahih al-Bukhari. Except for book 1, I'm keeping it on the coffee table so that I can like quickly refer to it and inshallah try to read it daily or like at least one hadith daily. And that's the one that I read the riddle from, inshallah, which I'll let you know the answer in a little bit. And then this little thing that has wires and different things that I use regularly, so just as a thing to store it. This is a little piece of art that was a gift that says Kalimat Allah hiya al-ulya, Allah's word is the most supreme. And then these are books that I access regularly, so I'm in the process of reading or I want to read, so I left it here for easy access. And then just a plant and decor, and then this is the piece of art. I don't know how I feel about it because I didn't have the exact colors I wanted to use, so I feel like the writing doesn't really show and I'm not good at calligraphy clearly. But anyways, for now I'll just keep it here just as a reminder for me when I take a book off the shelf to just say a quick dua, inshallah, or Allah increase me in knowledge, it says. It's from a verse. Okay, then going down is Tafsir Ibn Kathir, and this one also I access regularly when reading Tafsir. And then down here is just 2 containers of storage to contain things in an organized way. And so this one kind of has like packaging stuff for deliveries and extra frames and things. And then this one is extra books. It's either books that I've already finished reading or some books that I want to read but not yet. So what I'm doing is keeping the books that I'm currently reading or about to read up here, and then I'll just rotate. So that way I don't have too many things on display and I can kind of get organized and just only see what I'm currently reading or about to read for quick access. And then this is another extra storage. It has all kinds of like tripods, filming equipment and other things. And then I just added decor on top to kind of just hide what's down inside here. And then I didn't have space for all of these products. These are just packaging things and then the box of planners and stuff. So I emptied out all the boxes into these so that at least it's easier access and more contained and kind of looks nicely contained. And so for now I'm just keeping them here, but I'm not sure where I'm going to eventually put these, but for now I have them here for easy access. This is what I'm calling my morning station basically. So I have this tray on the coffee table and it just has the Sahih al-Bukhari book 1. It has morning dhikr and just a little bit of decor, and that way I can come in the morning and everything is already set up and motivating for me to be like, okay, I need to do my morning dhikr, I want to read a couple of hadith from this book and so on. So I kind of have it set up so that it's accessible. And that's one tip if you want to be trying to read more Quran or trying to do something more faith related, to have it very accessible and laid out so that you can just grab it and do it, inshallah. Because then when you see it, it's kind of a reminder to you to pick it up or do some of it. So that's my morning station. So I'll have my morning coffee here and then with these items. So that's my current plan right now. Okay, I hope that gave you motivation to kind of get organized and clean out your spaces and tidy your spaces, and also set up kind of a morning corner or any corner for any time of the day where you can quickly access deen related things to kind of motivate you to do more dhikr or more reading and so on, inshallah. The next thing that I want to do is repot this basil. I showed this before. He's struggling in this pot because it's now too small for him and he quickly outgrew it. So I'm going to repot him. I finally got a pot. So I got this massive one, and I think down the line I might paint it and do some decor on it. But for now, I'm going to put him in this, so it's much bigger than what he is in currently. I know I keep saying he, keep referring to the plant as a he. Sometimes I get comments, why do you say he or she for your plants? I don't know. Because they're living things, so I give them a masculine, feminine. I'm gonna repot it, and yeah, hopefully it'll do much better in this pot, and yeah, live a much healthier life, inshallah. So that's next.
وكيف أحب غير الله يوما وليس سواه في الأكوان باقي. شراب الحب يعرف بالمذاق وما كل السقات له بساق.
There we go. Much healthier, and he already has some small ones growing, so hopefully he does much better. That's about it. I think I'll end the video. Oh, I need to give the solution to the riddle. Let me just grab the book. Okay, so the answer to the riddle, if you're still here waiting for the answer. So let's continue the hadith, inshallah. So the hadith said, narrated Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, amongst the trees there is a tree, the leaves of which do not fall, and is like a Muslim. Tell me the name of that tree. Everybody started thinking about the trees of the desert areas, and I thought of the date palm tree, but felt shy to answer. The others then asked, please inform us, what is that tree, O Allah's Messenger? He sallallahu alayhi wasallam replied, it is the date palm tree. So that's the answer. It's the date palm tree. So the date palm tree, its leaves don't fall like the way other trees fall. Its leaves, sometimes its leaves die and they will just fall to the side or droop down the side of it, but they don't fall in the way we look at other trees with their leaves constantly falling and shedding and so on. So in that way it's different. And it's a beautiful way to kind of compare it to the Muslim, and also a beautiful way to present the hadith in a fun way, to bring it as a riddle and a question, and a way to remember this moment a bit more. Because if the hadith was presented just simply, a Muslim is like a date palm tree and that's it, if the Prophet ﷺ only said that, it wouldn't have been as impactful. But when he got people to think, when he presented it kind of like a riddle, a question, in a fun way, it got people to think and to reflect on it, probably made them more likely to remember this moment, because it got them to really think about it, as opposed to if he had just told them a statement that a Muslim is like a date palm tree. So I wanted to present it also in that fun way, inshallah. So hopefully it sticks with us, inshallah, this message. And why is he describing a Muslim as a date palm tree? There's things that we can derive, or similarity that we can derive from the way the date palm tree and the way a Muslim is. One of the things is that a date palm tree takes years and years of growing and staying firm until it finally produces fruit. So it takes a while. It doesn't immediately produce fruit. It takes years and years of it growing and strengthening and so on until it produces fruit. And similarly, as Muslims, we should be focusing on growing and learning and keeping firm. And we might not see the fruits of our labor immediately, but we will see over time the fruits of our labor. So you might be trying to seek knowledge, or trying to pray, or trying to do things, and maybe now you don't see any result, or you don't feel anything. But over time, inshallah, that will all pay off. Over time, it will all come back. You'll see the fruits of your labor. You'll see that sweetness, inshallah. And the other thing is that a date palm tree survives through the harshest climates and conditions and challenging times. It survives alone in a desert. It doesn't need to be amongst other trees. It can survive under limited resources, limited water, and so on, and it can still flourish and survive. And similarly, us as Muslims, we might face challenging environments and harsh environments, but inshallah, through those challenges and through those harsh environments, we still have the strength to grow on our own. We still have the strength to overcome and still flourish and grow and stand firm, inshallah. So no matter what environment you're in, that is not maybe conducive to your faith, maybe it's family, maybe it's friends, maybe it's at the workplace, whatever it is that maybe you don't have the best environment, just know that still within yourself you have the strength to flourish on your own, even with limited resources. Just turn to Allah, just keep seeking Him, and inshallah you can still flourish on your own. So that's just a few reflections from that hadith. Let me know your comments if you have any additional reflections. I thought it was a beautiful hadith and a beautiful way to present the hadith, so I wanted to share it, inshallah, to really get us to reflect and think, and also as a reminder to us that we have the strength inside of us, we have the potential inside of us, and also to be patient and persistent in the things that we are doing, inshallah. So to keep praying, to keep trying to seek knowledge, to keep focusing on growing ourselves, inshallah. And even if we don't see immediate results, just to remember that it takes time, and to remember that we're like the date palm tree. It takes time and years until the date palm tree produces fruit. So sometimes it might take years until we see the fruit of our labor, inshallah, and the results of our efforts and work and seeking knowledge and so on, inshallah. So that's just a reminder from that. I hope you found benefit in that. Let me know if you want more hadiths sort of in this style or things like that, if you found benefit in it, inshallah. And I hope also this video encouraged you to get organized and tidy up your spaces and so on, inshallah. So that's it for today's video. Hope you found benefit, inshallah, and until next time, As-salamu Aleikum.
ولا أرضى سوى التقوى خلا